Hello, my lovely friends. It's Catherine from Moonstar Lodge, director here for Indigenous arts, spirituality, and education. We've been around doing this kind of work since 1976, and we hope to continue doing it for a long time yet to come. We've just come off the Bay Studio Tour weekend, and that was a wild experience, and we'd like to thank those who have shown up, and we welcome you to come back. Also, I didn't get to do a video for the whole week. It just seemed important to focus on today. Today is the new moon of Walks Tall Woman. And we're entering into the time, we're past autumn equinox, well past autumn equinox. And we're moving into the time where, as it said, the veil is the thinnest. And my experience as a medium, a channel, and a shaman tells me that this particular year is going to be quite incredible in terms of spiritual contact. So in the weeks to come, between now and Samhain or Halloween, All Saints, All Souls Day, I'm going to be doing a couple of videos on my favorite seasonal decks. Some are silly, some are just sublime. So I'll be pulling everything out from creepy dolls to zombies to haunted houses to the Dios de la Muerte, if I said that correctly. Anyway, we'll have some fun this month, and I'm going to be doing some videos on ethics and prediction versus the concept of prescriptive readings, all that kind of thing. I want to say before we get to the cards that this reading today has to be one of the most powerful readings I've ever seen pull up, not just for videos, but for the purposes of the season and myself. It speaks to me. And I guess before I have Brian switch to the cards, I need to show you where we are on the wheel and talk a little bit about the grandmother, because this is such a riveting reading. So on the medicine wheel, we've come past this point, which is autumn equinox, and we're just a hair above. This is the 11th moon cycle. So there are 13 moon cycles on the wheel. And this particular grandmother is called Walks Tall Woman. And let me read you a little bit of a synopsis on her. Walks Tall Woman is the guardian of leadership and the keeper of new paths, the mother of beauty and grace and the keeper of innovation and persistence, the role model of health, physical fitness, stamina, and letting the heart's desire take the lead, the keeper of personal impeccability, and the guardian of all forms of inner strength. She teaches us how to be our personal best and still be vulnerable and human, how to keep our bodies and minds flexible and in good health through advancing and retreating, how to seek and find new paths to growing and learning, leading through example, how to develop inner strength, how to attract and release, how to walk the truth. And my grandmother always talked about this as walks tall woman, head up, chin up, shoulders up, and the pillar of integrity. And so that is the grandmother who guides us through this time. And let me give you some of the variables that relate to the 11th moon cycle. So typically this can occur between the 25th of September to the 22nd of October, but right now her first day is today. The name of this moon cycle is Frost Comes. The totems are cougar And the clan is Frog, because Frog goes to sleep. It switches from its summer body to its winter sleep. Great Grizzly Bear, Mudjikiwis, or Skookum, Sasquatch, are the spirit keepers. White and green are the colors of the ribbons for this cycle, or the colors of this cycle that you would wear. The thymus is the chakra. Plantain is the medicine plant. Water is the element. I'm just giving you a few of the variables here. Any crystal ray, any crystal system works. The numerological value is 8. The sun is the planet. Crystal activating colors are turquoise. Balancing colors are clear or green. And chrysoprase, amazonite, those are good stones for this particular time. She came into her power this morning at 7:05 a.m. and she goes full on October 20th. So she will be with us right through Samhain, right up to November 4th. So this grandmother is part of a big process through the time of the thinning of the veil. So all about integrity. So Brian, can we go to the cards? So as I said in my opening, this is just creates parasympathetic nervous system chill response through my whole body. We start here in the East. So I've done a medicine wheel layout in honor of the grandmother from an Indigenous perspective. In the East, we have the Ten of Wands, the Innocence of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Cups in reverse. So those are our key points: East, South, West, and North. We have 3 of the Dr. Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron Reed shaman cards. We have 2 astrological cards. And we have the Antiquities of Magic, and actually I should show you the decks I'm using here. So we have the Black Moon astrology cards. I have a lot of astrology cards, and I think these are pretty much my favorite. We have the Naked Heart Tarot. The Antiquities of Magic is partnered or by the same author, meant to be used together. And of course, how could I do an Indigenous reading without Judith Pintar? But I don't have the box anymore because I've had her cards. These are the Judith Pintar cards. Anyway, all I have is the booklet, but these are the cards of winds and changes. Long out of print, I'm afraid. So we start here, and the Ten of Wands, this poor old camel, burdened, head down, tells us that we start this moon cycle of Walks Tall Woman very heavily burdened with the completion of a project or a stage of life. But it's something, because wands represent fire as an element and passion, we are looking at a situation where something is completed and you have to let go of the burden. So it's acknowledging the end of the cycle. And the clarifying card of Clouds says to me that the fact that whoever this is relating to, and of course this is a general reading and doesn't relate to everybody, but I have a sense it relates to most people because it's such a powerful reading. So it's acknowledging that this burden is creating clouds and even tears, perhaps rain. Time to wash this away. The Innocence of Wands is the Page. The Page of Wands is about searching through new developments, new beginnings, thinking of the direction that one needs to go, planning, learning again. It's as if it's saying really that it's all about the search, looking for the light, looking for the new passion, thinking through a new direction, and really thinking about it. And the wreath, the clarifying card, says that whatever the ideas come up in the next week, they're good ideas. Hang on to them, because it leads to the Ace of Wands. It leads to the beginning of a very specific project. But the clarifying card here is Angel. So Angel says to me that there is some kind of divine intervention or divine connection that needs to happen. And I'm going to get into why you need to stay focused with your guardian angels, some general worker angels, ascended masters, teachers, and of course the creator. You need some input here. Why? Because in the north of the wheel, the spirit part of the wheel, this unicorn upside down in protection, let me turn it around for a second, talks about dreams and childhood and memories and fantasy. But when it's in protection, it suggests a disconnect with our memories. So the disconnect tends to be not remembering things correctly. In criminology, the psychology of criminology, it's often known that people don't necessarily remember things exactly how they happen. So you need to be asking yourself, am I caught up in memories that are true? Is this part of the clouds? The clarifying card says, come back to your roots. Come back to the integrity of where you come from. And this is also an ancestor card. This is also a card of the shaman. So you may need to do some journeys to re-establish the truth of your memories. You don't want them to derail this powerful, passionate new endeavor that you're looking to have. And what's interesting to me is that the astrological cards that came up, the first one was 12th house, which is Pisces. This is a new moon in Libra. So for me, personally, this speaks volumes. I'm a Pisces sun and a Pisces moon with a Libra ascendant. Libra is the astrological card, if you remember, with the scales. Librans like beauty. They like balance. They like harmony. They like bringing things together, fixing things. So in this particular deck, the 12th house, it's the end of the zodiac, and Pisces rules the 12th house, and Neptune down here rules Pisces. So Pisces on a good day is about using intuition, dreaming, creating, which is what we need down here in this part of the reading. We need to create. But these two cards, the shadow side is illusion, fantasy, self-destruction, self-sabotage. So you have an incredible opportunity here to walk tall with Walks Tall Woman and establish the integrity of what you're bringing into this new Ace of Wands, this new endeavor, so that you can let go of the burden of the old. So there's a real clear message here to get on track with what you're holding in your head and your heart about your past, what you're capable of, how you might feel, quote, damaged. All of that feeds into this new time. This is a powerful, powerful month. Yeah, Mercury is retrograde, but retrograde is about new beginning. In fact, we've had 6 planets in retrograde lately. So what would the ancestors and the shaman tell us to do to get our path clear, no illusion, no self-sabotage? Well, the ancestors, the very first card here is East, which is beginnings, and it's incarnation. It's an acorn seed. And in in this seed is the entire tree and all the animals, plants, and the part of the earth that this serves. This is about new beginning. Definitely letting go of this burden and establishing. This is the card it's beside, a new beginning. We see also in the East, stillness. We see an infant, we see the wheel, we see where it has come, we see where it has come from, we see what it's reaching for. The cycle, the cycle, the cycle. This is a new cycle. And finally, the ancestors say that we need to sit in stillness this way. This is stillness, and here is the maturation of this infant. Okay, so this is again cycle. Clouds bringing rain, rain bringing the streams, streams, there's a crystal here, and this is a complete growth cycle. But in order to have the cycle, this requires a beginning with stillness. The first shaman card is gathering around the power of community. This is family as well as community. The ancestors card speaks to that. This represents ancestors in some of its aspects. So remember that you're not alone in establishing the letting go, the thinking. Consult community when you're trying to co-create a new adventure. Consult community when you are trying to get it going and to keep you from falling into illusion. The next shaman card is a me talks, repairing body, mind, and spirit. This requires the stillness, and stillness is typically a thing done alone. So know when you need to be alone in stillness and know when you need your community, okay? And finally, what better card? Moon Maiden, new beginnings. Yeah, baby, this is a new beginning today. This is a new beginning, and Spirit is telling us we have a chance to let go of the old, let go of the sadness that burden is creating, and co-create in the right way. This is falling off the wagon. This is staying in the flow. So Brian, can we come back? So anyway, I hope that is helpful. It's absolutely a thrilling reading for me. I'm going to have Brian take a photograph of that. I'm going to post this spread on social media. And I remind you that, as I said at the beginning, we're going to be dealing with some of the decks in the weeks to come. I have a couple of decks to walk through and some VRs to do, which are responses to some of the other tarot tube readers, and we'll be talking about a number of issues. So, miigwech, nyawen, and have a fabulous new moon day.